What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to your video. Today, I'll be talking about my goals for 2022 and doing somewhat of a retrospective of 2021. Let's jump into it. First of all, before I jump into though, I want to say I hope y'all had a really good Christmas. If you notice, I've not had a video for a couple days, and the reason I've not had a video for the last couple days is because I've been out with family and stuff. I basically was at my aunt's for this Christmas, had to spend some time with my family, and took a couple days away from this channel to kind of get rejuvenated for 2022. 2021 has definitely been a year of ups and downs for this channel. At one point, it's been points where this channel has really gotten a lot of ton, and other points, it's not had major great numbers throughout the year. But it's basically kind of similar to how YouTube works. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. And first, before I jump into things for 2022 and the goals-wise, let's talk about 2020 compared to 2021. So in 2020, we got 71,000 views throughout our 2020 year. We had 3.4K watch time hours. That's 3,400 watch time hours. And we gained 444 subscribers in 2020. Again, for a guy that really was only beginning to really focus 2019, 2020, and channel did not have a lot of subscribers going into 2020. I think we only had around like 100 when we started 2020. We gained almost 500. That was really good. Now, 2021 was definitely good and pretty decent in some ways. So this year, we had 126.2 thousand views, which is pretty realistically good. It's pretty good. Almost double of what we did last year. We had nearly basically triple of what we did in 2020, which we did 9.7K watch time hours. And this year, we had 370 subscribers. Now, I do think that's a little bit inflated from 2020 to 2021 because there was a couple big videos that dropped after the retrospective video came out for the goals video for 2021, if that makes a lot of sense. So the number is a little bit inflated. So realistically, I think we had, when they did that video, I think we had about a 435 compared to this, which had a 370. We'll probably potentially get there. But this year, we've gotten nearly to 900 subscribers. I had a really bold goal to get to like 2.5K this year, and I'll be honest, I should have realistically gone for like maybe 900 or 1,000 subscribers. I should have realistically gone for realistic numbers because I really thought that this channel was going to have a chance to really take off, but that did not really end up being the case. So before I really jump into the goals section of this, I want to talk about what I really want to start doing for 2022, because I really want to take this channel to the next step going forward for next year. I know I said that about 2021, but there was a lot of stuff that really came up throughout the 2021 year, and it seemed like every time I had some time downtime to do that, there was a lot of stuff that unfortunately happened behind the scenes, and it really wasn't an opportunity for me to get that stuff done. So hopefully in 2022, this can be the case where I can have an opportunity to really take that next step forward, if that makes any sense. So let's talk about what I really want to do for 2022. First of all, I know I've been saying this for a while, but I really want to get an intro for these videos really badly. And I really mean that. I think an intro is really important to have right after you do a little bit of that intro and stuff. I can have a little bit of a really good intro right after I say the beginning. I think that would be really cool. Someone that I can maybe get in contact with, or someone that watches the channel who's really good at intros. If you could contact me maybe, and we can work on doing like a really good intro, I really appreciate that. Because honestly, I think an intro is going to make a ton of sense, and it's going to matter a lot more. Another thing I really want to hopefully start doing in 2022 is maybe selling some sort of merchandise, if the channel, of course, gets big enough throughout the 2022 year. I think merchandise or some sort of thing where you guys can support me, where maybe opening up the Patreon a little bit more. I know I've tried to open up that Patreon in the past, but I haven't really gotten a lot of support from that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and open up that Patreon as well, and I'll have that in the link in the description as well. You can go and click that, and it will basically send you, and if you want to support me, you don't have to do it. I'm not begging you to do it. I'm just saying that if you do want to go ahead and support that, I would genuinely really appreciate that, because your support really goes a long way. I want to open up that Patreon a little bit more, and that's something I really hope to do for 2022 as well. But like I said, merchandise and stuff. Another thing is, if I do start getting bigger and stuff, I really would like to hopefully get some sponsors to sponsor this channel. My channel's not to that point yet right now, but hopefully maybe in 2022 we can get to that major level next year. So I think if we can get to a pretty big level next year, there is a really strong chance of that. But I don't know, we may not get sponsors with the small goal we have, but it is what it is, and if it doesn't happen, it is what it is. Another thing I'm hopefully going to be working on for 2022 is maybe incorporating some sort of podcast-like show on this channel. Now, I had originally been planning to do a podcast in 2021, but like I mentioned at the beginning of this little goals video, there really was never an opportunity for me to have that opportunity to do a goals video for 2000, not a goals video, for a podcast in 2021. I was looking at maybe doing one, but really just wasn't anything that could. I do have a microphone that I still have in my area right now that I absolutely could use. So definitely there is possibility that a podcast could come. I may not just talk about NASCAR. I may talk about other motorsports like F1 and IndyCar, and maybe bring some WEC in there as well. I'd like to incorporate some sort of motorsports on the channel. We'll get into that a little bit, but I really want to start doing some sort of podcasting and some sort of like collaborative with other creators. And if anyone wants to do some sort of podcast with me, I'm down to do it. I'd have to pick a day when that would go out, because it had to be a time when I'm available, because like I said, like a lot of you probably watch my channel, I actually do have a work schedule. There's certain days I work. I do, however, sometimes get off a little bit early to where I could be home at a later time, and we can do like a late podcast, like a live stream, or maybe do a podcast where it's basically recorded stuff, and then that's uploaded to the YouTube channel. When there's not enough anything else to talk about, I could do a podcast during a certain set day. But I would really like to do a podcast in 2022, and if anyone wants to join and do it, I would really be down and really appreciate it. The next thing I want to talk about is a potential of a second channel. I really have talked about multiple times about potentially doing gaming videos on this channel. Now, first of all, I want to say this. I'm not a very good gamer. My gaming skills are absolutely not really that great, to be perfectly honest with you. They're not absolutely amazing, and I'm not great at gaming. You should have seen me play today on the original Xbox I got for Christmas today. Shout out to my dad for that. But I'm not very good at video games. I'm absolutely struggled at it. But I've been thinking about maybe doing a second channel for other types of content as well, but there is possibility of a second channel, but I don't know how high that possibility will be. I'm going to put this in the possibility for 2022. It's just going to depend on how much time I have going into 2022. If I'm really busy next year, might not be possible, but there's possibility of a second channel for next year. The next thing we're going to talk about is vlogging. I have talked about me doing vlogging in the past. I actually was planning to originally do a vlog in 2020 when we went on our trip out to, I don't remember exactly where, basically out to the Ozarks. I was planning to do a little bit of vlog for you guys, but I really just kind of didn't have the chance. I also lost some of the footage, unfortunately, that I had been filming and stuff. I tried to get the footage back, and some of the footage basically unfortunately corrupted, and I've never been able to get that back and never have been able to get that video out for you guys, which has been really unfortunate. But I want to do some sort of vlogging for this channel, and I can tell you I have a really good opportunity to do that next year, because I am going to my first ever NASCAR Cup Series race, and my first NASCAR race in almost 11 or 12 years. Last time I went to a NASCAR race was 2010 for the Xfinity Series race in October in Gateway when Brad Keselowski won that race. And I have going to be going to my first ever NASCAR Cup Series race in 2022. And there's a possibility I may be at the truck race, though I am not confirming that I will be at that truck race next year. However, it is very strongly possible that might end up being the case next year. So keep an eye on that for the channel. There's potential of other vlogs coming up here really soon, because I really want to take this channel to the next level, and I think vlogging could be something that really helps out with that, and better editing skills on that as well. That's another thing I want to talk about before jumping into the other parts of this, is I want to do better edits on this channel. Like I said, I really want to take this channel to the next level, and my editing skills, I've actually been trying to do better when it comes to my editing and stuff, but the thing is, my editing is not absolutely perfect, and it's not absolutely brilliant. I definitely 100% could do better with that, and that's one thing I'm going to hopefully be starting to work on. I know a lot of you see that I have a lot of brief cuts and all that stuff, and that's one thing that I have to 100% work on, is not having all those breath cut stuff, because sometimes, of course, you got to breathe. Everyone has to breathe, for crying out loud. But I definitely would like to have some sort of better editing skills, and I'm not asking for an editor or nothing, because I don't have the money right now to pay for an editor, but I want to work on my own editing skills, because if I can do better at that, it's going to be better for everybody watching the video. So that's one thing that I really want to do. Next thing we'll talk about is race reactions. Now, this is the first time I mentioned this about potential race reactions. This one's a little bit of a question mark, and it's probably one of the least likely opportunities, if any opportunities for next year do come up. And the reason I'm saying that this is not a very likely opportunity is I've seen a lot of NASCAR YouTubers who have done race reactions who have at points, not all the time, but they've had to sometimes deal with copyright claims because their YouTube video unfortunately gets moved because certain people and certain brands and stuff like UMG decides to basically copyright claim everybody for absolutely no reason for certain things that were used in that. So that's one thing that's a little bit on the back burner. However, that could be something, if I do a second channel, that could be a possibility of something that does go on that second channel, if that makes any sense. So that is a possibility for 2022, but I'm not going to, I'm going to say it's hit or miss on that one, but it's potential that I could be doing race reaction 2022. This is the first time I've mentioned it. Next thing I want to talk about is collaborations. I really want to start doing different. I want to, again, the main focus for 2022 is going to be doing motorsport news and all that other kind of stuff. But I really do in 2022, I really want to start doing some collaborations with other YouTubers. Now, that podcast, if I end up officially doing that next year, I will potentially bring some up. That will potentially be where some of those collaborations come in. But what I mean is that in other like special products, if you any YouTubers want to get involved with it and stuff and want to work with me and stuff, my doors are definitely open, and I really would like to have some collaborations for 2022. So if any YouTuber wants to work with me and do certain videos, I'm definitely open for 2022. I'm a little more open next year compared to 2021. So if any YouTuber wants to work with me next year, I'd really, really appreciate that. Also, I'm down to do it. So, and I have to set up a day when we do that kind of stuff. But collaborations is something that I really want to work on for next year. Next thing we're going to talk about is race picks. Now, race picks is going to once again be returning in 2022. I have been considering maybe taking that away after 2021. I've been doing race picks on the channel for the last 2 years, and they will be returning for a 4th year. However, I want to take race picks to the next level. And what I mean is that, one, maybe bringing in some other YouTubers to join me to do race picks and stuff. Or, number two, giving you guys some sort of polling, well, give you guys the potential to decide who wins, and whoever basically ends up in, you got a chance to pick your winner of the race, your underdog, and your suck pick. And if your suck person doesn't do very, very well, or your pick ends up getting in the correct positions or in that certain area, if that makes any sense, there'll be more explanation in a future race picks video coming down the road, because there will be one of those coming out here very, very soon, of course. The Clash is only 43 or 42 days away at the time of this recording. But I will be incorporating some sort of thing, and whoever ends up winning throughout the year, that person will win some sort of prize. What prize that will be determined at the end of the year. I will try to make it something really, really big for you guys. Maybe getting involved with your channel if you're a small channel. Maybe getting involved with your channel or doing some work and shouting you out and stuff. But I like to do something really, really big for somebody and really, really help them out. So race picks, there's going to be some changes coming down to next year, and there will be a bigger video that will explain more into detail of that when we get to the start of 2022. And a final major point I want to talk about is other motorsports. Throughout the last couple years, I think you probably have noticed this, I have tried to incorporate other motorsports. But really the only time I try to incorporate other motorsports is, one, when you had that potential, that rumor of the American F1 driver, and we also, of course, had Dalton Sargent. We talked about him a little bit. Not Dalton Sargent, Logan Sargent, excuse me, who was attempting to try to get, he's still working on trying to get into Formula 1. He's currently a development driver for Williams, so he's going to Formula 2 next year with Carlin Racing. But I also, for instance, have talked about the F1 Championship, and when it comes to IndyCar, I talk about teams in NASCAR that are associated with IndyCar, and even World of Outlaws as well, that former drivers or other drivers, and even the Chili Bowl too, of course, when NASCAR drivers are associated with that. But I want to start incorporating not just NASCAR content on the channel when it comes to NASCAR news. That still is going to be the main focus, because again, I've been a NASCAR news channel really for the last couple years, really since late 2018. But I really want to, in my opinion, I want to incorporate doing IndyCar and IMSA and Formula One, and even some maybe Formula E, for instance, and even WEC or the World Rally Championship, other motorsport forms, to try to get it to more reach audiences and bring more audiences into other motorsports. You look at the growth of Formula One right now. Formula One has absolutely had a major growth for 2020 in the last year or so. I mean, they had their most watched TV season in many, many years, and it's all because of Drive to Survive. And I want to bring younger audiences into the channel, incorporate them, and maybe go into other motorsports. I don't just watch NASCAR, you know. I watch other motorsports, even though NASCAR is my favorite motorsport to watch. I like watching other motorsports, and I really want to incorporate a way to bring other motorsports into the channel. So that's one thing I'm hopefully going to be working on for next year, and there will be incorporation in that. I know that maybe some of those videos won't get as many views. I'll probably put some of the NASCAR titles and stuff, of course, to do that and stuff, but that's something I do really want to focus on going into 2022. And now we'll jump overall into the overall goals for 2022. Now, 2022, I'm not going absolutely too crazy for 2022. I'm going pretty realistic for 2022. The goal for me for 2022 is to reach 2,000 subscribers on the channel, and I want to reach 500,000 subscribers, not 500,000 subscribers, 500,000 views. Man, 500,000 subscribers would be absolutely incredible. That'd be insane if I got there. But no, realistically, I would like to get 2,000 subscribers, and I'd like to reach 500,000 views by the end of 2022. I think it's absolutely realistic, considering I have a lot of stuff I'm working on right now. I think it's very, very possible that in 2022, we absolutely can get that done for 2022. And again, I'm very, very excited for what I have for the future going. And I ultimately think the goal for next year is 2,000 subscribers and 500,000 views. If we get more than that, that's absolutely insane. I think next year could be the best opportunity we've ever had to make major, major gains. And like I said, I am massively planning to make the channel as better as I can be. But you guys, like I said, have made this year really, really good for me. And also points has been down, but you guys really have made this year really, really great for me. And I cannot thank you guys for the support for 2021. There are a few videos that are planning to still be out for 2021. This is not the last video that I'm doing for 2021. Believe me, I do have a few other projects that are hopefully going to be coming out here in the next couple days that you guys are going to be able to see. But anyway, that is it for today's video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notification to be notified when a video does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support my page as well. Let's get your below for that, and comment your thoughts on today's video. What do you think is going to happen with this channel next year? How far do you think we can go next year? And again, I want to really, guys, again, thank you for the support, and I really, really appreciate it because I think the support you guys have overall given me has been absolutely incredible. Next year's only going to get better, and I promise you that next year's only going to get bigger. So I'm really excited for next year. I'll see you guys in 2022, but just remember there are a few other products that I hopefully will have out here before the end of 2021. But anyway, like I said, I will see you guys next time for some more great other motorsports and other types of videos on the channel. 2022 is absolutely going to be incredible, and we're only in the beginning of this channel's history.